to get what the hell? There we go. Peace, everyone. This is a last minute me deciding to pop on here. Greetings, greetings, greetings. So I can share some information. It's very rare that I get to pop on here because I'll be busy doing other stuff. But I wanted to kind of share some information on how to prepare and how you should store your herbs, any powders. Typically, if you order, and I'll let some of y'all start chiming in. Peace, everyone. Greetings. Greetings. Peace, 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 peace. It's dinner time, so it might get a little noisy. Peace. Okay, so typically if you order from me, your package will come in either one of these sealed dynamics, or if you order powder, they normally come in like a Ziploc black bag. For your herbs, everything should be kind of stored in something that is not see-through or that has a certain dynamic, okay? And what I suggest is, I hate when everybody want to call me when I'm trying to do something. What I suggest is when you get your herbs or your product, that's for you to open these. You can keep them in here because it does store for a long time, but I suggest putting it in some sort of glass container. And you can typically get these from like the dollar store. All right. Either do a glass container, preferably amber or some sort of color. It's better if you're going to keep them out. If you're going to store them in a regular glass container, then keep them in something like this. It seals very tight. All right. These, I think, are, I'm not sure how big these are, how many ounces this hold, but they're pretty big. And then you can put these in your cabinet. So this is typically how I store mine. I have all my herbs stored in something like this, and then I put them in the back of my pantry. Thank you. All right. So, and then you can buy these from the dollar store too. These are little cheap plastic. You don't want to have metal. Cheap little plastic scoops that you can scoop your herbs in. Okay. So this one in particular is bilberry. It's good for multiple things, specifically when you're dealing with diabetics, kidney issues in particular, eyesight. It's a whole lot of things that bilberry is. It's the cousin to blueberries. So if you look up anything, these jars were like $1. And you can actually order them on DollarTree.com, and you can get a whole case. So you can get the whole case for cheaper. I think it comes out a few dollars cheaper. So these are really a good investment. And to me, it's rather cheap. You get like 3 or 4 of these and a pack for $1. So you can't beat that. I just prefer for you to store them, take them out of your bag. Now, even if you're not ordering from me, whoever you're ordering from, store it in glass. All right. It's going to be better for the shelf life of your herbs. Excuse me. So the one thing that I wanted to get on here, I always get questions on how do I prepare these herbs? All right. How do I prepare it? So when I put up something, let's say I put up burdock root. This is the perfect one. So this is burdock root. I don't know if y'all can see it. Peace, beloved. All right, so here's burdock root. And I always have people ask me like, well, how do I prepare it? Most of the herbs that come either in a root or a leaf or a cut and sifted herb, you can do these as teas. So you really want to take like 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon per cup. Do not do more than that. If you are new to using herbs, only use 1 teaspoon, okay? I'm going to say that again. If you are new to using herbs, use 1 teaspoon per cup. Why? because you do not know how your body is going to react. And we want to be very aware and very conscious and giving our body enough time and respect in order to see how it adjusts to using something new, especially burdock root. It does not taste good. Most of the stuff and most of the herbs that are really good for you taste nasty as hell. They're like really bitter. Okay, so this ain't a teaspoon, but you would just take a little bit, put it in a pot, all right, with 1 cup of water per scoop. So if you want to make 2 cups of that drink, that means you will take, what, 2 teaspoons, all right? Boil it and then let it sit. Cover it up. Let it sit for a little while so it can steep and it can get all the nutrients that you need out of it. That's just one simple way for you to make you a quick little tea. Sip on that. See how your body takes to whatever it is. All right. You want to see how your body is going to adjust to whatever it is that we're putting in the body. All right. Peace, beloved. Peace, everyone that's coming in. The other dynamic that you can do, you can also get a, I don't have one here, but a mortar, and you can sit there and grind your herbs up and capsule them. So you can take them that way. You can do that with your powders. You can do that with your herbs, whatever is easier for you to do. That requires normally a little more work, and some people don't like to do all of that. Typically, if you're like me, I'm pressed for time. I'm not doing all of that. So just take it, put it in some water, boil it, let it sit. Try not to put any sweetener in there if you can. If you are going to use a sweetener, make sure you're using an all natural sweetener, unfiltered, you know, unrefined, all of that. You want to make sure date sugar is good. If you still use honey, you can use honey. Figure out what sweetener. It's whatever you decide, because I always say this journey is intimate to you. I don't use honey anymore. That's why I stopped selling it. But you have to figure out what works for you. What's the best thing for your body? Typically the roots, you have to put it right in the pot and boil it. I typically do, you know, the little metal tea. You can buy the little metal tea things, and boom. You can put this in there just like you would boil regular tea, loose leaf tea. You can do the same thing with this. And these are like the cut and sifted herbs. So that's typically a leaf or a flower. You can do the same way that you would do a loose leaf tea. Why don't I? Because of how the body process it. And unless it's my own personal bee farm, I want to make sure that I see how the whole process. I'm not very trusting of a lot of stuff. So, unless it's my own personal bee farm. But if you look, I think I posted it before. If you look at anything that I post that is connected to how our body breaks down and process sugar and process honey and process all of that, that is something that you definitely want to get more familiar with. All right. And then what's better for your body? Our body doesn't really do well with sugar. It actually is a agent to cancer, along with a lot of other stuff. So be very mindful of how your body is processing. Okay. How is your body processing it? And then if it's okay for you, because I'm not suggesting that anybody need to come off of honey, figure out what works for you. What's in alignment with your diet? What's in alignment with you? And then that's the remedy that you want to kind of stick to. Okay. So hopefully that answers some question, because like I said, I'll post herbs and I'll post different dynamics, and people always are like, well, how do I prepare this? 1 teaspoon per cup. That's my golden rule for everything. 1 teaspoon per cup. Okay. And then as you are doing it, then you'll start to see, okay, well, I need a little more. And it depends on how many blockages your body have in it. Let's be clear. You say you got to detox yourself first. Absolutely. That is normally my very first dynamic that I tell everybody. All my clients in particular, I always tell them, you need to go through a complete body detox. Because you've spent how many years putting all kind of pollutants and garbage in your body. Peace, beloved. All right. And whatever that is that we've been putting in our body, we have to take the time to at least set 14, 28 days to just detox, completely work on breaking our body down and detoxing stuff out. And then we want to go back and build it back up. So we're going to use either a superfood or a super herb, and we're going to build our body back up. And then you can use supporting herbs if you have specific issues that's going on. Burdock uproot is a great herb to start with. Not sure how much I got online, but it's a good blood cleanser. And a lot of our toxins are sitting in our blood. So you want to just cleanse the blood thoroughly. All right. Let me look through here because y'all know I don't be reading questions like I should. I don't think I missed anything. I think I answered everybody. Anybody else have any questions? I just wanted to check in here real quick. Peace, beloved. You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, I almost forgot. So I had somebody ask me about skin and skin acne or skin breakouts or like eczema, skin issues. First thing I always tell people, definitely get a burdock root because it's going to fix any skin issues. Peace, beloved. Okay. Any skin issues because it's going to cleanse your body. Okay. Cleanse your body. It's going to cleanse the body of any toxins or anything that's going to erupt on the skin. Anytime you have eczema or you're having any type of acne or any breakouts, it's because you have something that's trying to get out. Okay, you have a toxin or some type of dynamic that's trying to get out your system. So you want to take your burdock root. That burdock root going to go in, it's going to clean it all out, specifically when it's dealing with acne. Another great product, I don't actually sell this, but I think I am going to start selling bentonite clay. And this is the brand that I use. I don't know if you can see this. There we go. Kind of clear. So bentonite clay, this I normally use. How often do you drink? I don't suggest doing burdock root longer than 7 days. That's my personal. I don't do no cleansing herbs longer than 7 days. Even if you need to do it again, I always say do 7 days and then come off for a few days. Then you can go back on like 7 more days if you want to, and then come back off. Give your body enough time to adjust and recuperate. Can it be given to a child? Yes and no. I would definitely give them a very low dose. And it depends on the age of a child. You can definitely inbox me. The name of this particular clay, it is a bentonite clay. But this one is Indian healing clay. It's by Aztec Secret. I don't know if you can read that. This is great. You can put this on your body. You can detox your armpits if you're doing natural deodorant, which I hope by now everybody is doing that or you are getting close to doing that. Okay. You can take this and create the dynamic paste your underarms. It's going to detox all the toxins and chemicals that's in your armpit. So when you do start using natural deodorant, it actually works. A lot of people start complaining and be like, oh, I can't use natural deodorant. Natural deodorant, it's not good for me. Or the natural deodorant, it don't work for me. That's because you got to detox your armpits. You got to detox what's creating the odor. So you want to take the time to detox, number one. And then the other thing that helps with like body odor is chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a really good giving. It's going to get all the toxins and chemicals in your body. But you also, it's going to give like, it's like an inside fragrance. That's the best way I can. It's an inside perfume. What other detoxing can be used? The bentonite is for skin. So you can put it on your face. Ladies, for ladies who have maybe like stretch marks or any type of skin issue or discoloration, bentonite clay is your best friend. I promise y'all. You're going to love me for this. Do the bentonite clay and get you some almond oil. Pure almond oil. So bentonite clay. This normally you can mix it. It depends on the person. Some people don't like using vinegar. I use vinegar. So I normally use my apple cider vinegar with the bentonite clay. Use that. I put it on any space that I really want to detox. But I also use it in bath. You can use it in your bath water. I can post a recipe online. I can post one for like your bath water. It makes your skin feel really, really soft after you do a clay bath. All right. Bentonite clay is like my go-to. But underarms, face, it's going to pull out. Now, let me be clear. Bentonite clay, when you are putting it on your face, it's going to pull it all out. So you're going to have a few days where you're not, like I just did one and I'm starting to have like little breakouts. It's going to pull everything out. Whatever is in your body, it need to come out, like it's going to come out. So it's going to get the good, bad, and the ugly all out. So this is a good, like if you can get it, if you can find it. Some places you can order it online in bulk. I definitely suggest that because this is something that is, it's really, really good to just have in your house. Kids can use this. You just need to use like pull up. Don't give them that much to put on there. You can actually drink bentonite clay when you're doing a detox. I don't suggest that because a lot of y'all OD on it. And then y'all will be mad at me talking about your stomach hurt. I don't want them inboxes. So, skin only for right now until you learn how to balance out how to drink it. And it actually will go in and pull all toxins. It's really good for women who are having reproductive issues. So, if you've read Sacred Woman, this is one of the ingredients that she uses for your body. All right. I mentioned burdock root earlier. For those that joined late, let me see if I can open this back up. Because what I did mention is 9 times out of 10, you get your package from me and these, or like this, if it's a powder, normally it comes in like almost a poly bag, okay? So you want to make sure that you are taking it out of those bags and storing them in glass containers. If they are in a clear glass container, it needs to go into the back of the pantry somewhere dark. If they are in a colored glass container, I still like them to be in the pantry, but some people still store theirs. Those can be stored out. These are better in. All right. The burdock root is good for a blood cleanser for somebody who asked what detoxes were I talking about. Another way that you can create something really good for you. Mine is empty now. But I normally buy these. You can buy these at the Dollar Tree too. And create oils. So all you need is a carrier oil. I normally use almond oil for everything. Or olive oil. Just depending on the brand. And then you see how it's like herbs in there. So you can put your herbs in here. And then fill it with oil. And let it sit. The key to a lot of your stuff that's like tonics, oils, anything that you're going to put on topical or anything that you're ingesting is letting it sit so it can steep and it can get all the nutrients out of these dried herbs. All right. You want to get it to where it's going to get all the nutrients out of it. Last one, but not least, I almost forgot. Elderberry. The season is about to change. Make sure y'all stock up on your elderberry, please. Because kids are back in school. They picking up germs. Their immune system need to be built. Elderberry is one of your greatest immune system builders, specifically when it comes to the respiratory system. So definitely, like this one is sweet syrup. What is all in this one? This one has elderberry, ginger, cinnamon, and clove. All right. Yes, Sacred Woman. Sacred Woman. For immune system, you definitely want to make sure that you are doing something like this, or you are doing something like echinacea would be really good. Combined with a golden seal. Echinacea and golden seal is always a great immune booster. This is something that you can give them like once a week. Give them something like this like once a week. Anything for joints and bones. Stop eating foods that create inflammation. That's the best thing I can tell you. It's a couple of herbs, but a lot of stuff that create problems in the body, honestly, are going to be how we are eating. So you got to pay attention. What foods are you eating that's creating certain dynamics? What do I think? I love colloidal silver. I don't really read what everybody else got to say, but I can swear by colloidal silver. I can honestly say when I first got on my journey as far as dealing with this whole healing thing, holistic medicine, which was around, I think I was about 18 when I really got serious about it. That was the one thing that got me from being in severe pain, almost not being able to walk. I took colloidal silver. I changed my diet completely. And I drank a lot more water. But that colloidal silver was knocking bacteria out my system. And I was literally, I had to quit school at that time. Like I quit college because it had me like in that much pain where I couldn't hardly get out of bed. And I was like in the emergency room and they were like, oh, we could put you on this permanent medication and we can do exploratory surgery to see why your system is doing this. And I was like, that don't sound like you know what you're talking about. That don't seem like y'all know what y'all talking about. That's what got me into like reading and going to herbal stores, because I really was like determined. I had been plagued with reproductive issues. I had been plagued with like urinary tract infections consistently since I was 3. I've had 2 surgeries since I was 3. And I was just like, why are y'all not figuring out? And I've been in and out of the hospital since I was 3. So I was like, something is not adding up. So that's when I decided to get my own medical records, take everything in my own hands, start studying what is all connected to my own pain. And when I started doing that, that's what triggered my life all the way back around. All the way back around. Let me go back. Lemon juice is good for lupus. I'm not sure about that one. Lemons can have a bad rep. I'm gonna leave it there. If you are struggling with lupus, there's a particular diet that you need to be on. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get this ginger open. If you have lupus or any type of labeled disease, there's particular diets that your body needs to be on, and you have to pay attention to what does your body need. Okay, what does your body need? Your healing is not a one-size-fits-all, and that's what I try to explain people. Like, I can give you a general ideal and say, hey, you should take bilberry for whatever, but it's not a one-size-fits-all. This might not work for you. Your body might be resistant to this. Okay, I can tell you what bilberry is known for and what the benefits of using bilberry, but it's not a one-size-fits-all. That's why I always suggest, like, I can give you kind of like a general perspective of what you should be paying attention to. But at the end of the day, you really have to sit down. I need to know what's your environment like, what emotional stressors you have, what has happened throughout your life. Because it could be emotional. And this is what's showing and triggering up in your actual health. Okay. This could be environment. You might be in a city or a state that they are spraying certain chemicals in the air, and that is creating a certain dynamic for you. Okay. This could be dietary. So this is why I make people do a 30-day diary. Like, you can't see me without a 30-day diary. So I need to know, what are you eating every day? All right. Like, and this is even for you. If you are trying to heal yourself, you have to really get the hardcore facts. What have I been through? For me, my bladder infections were stemming from that I was molested at a very early age. So the first person that actually got on me at a bookstore was somebody that I met through a spiritual dynamic. And she was like, what you pissed off at? And I was like, what? She was like, what you pissed off at? That's why you keep having bladder infection. You pissed off. I was like, I don't know. And I had to trace everything back to certain dynamics. Oh, I haven't released that trauma. I'm holding on to this trauma, and it was sitting there. And that's where I was holding all my anger. I get upset, I would get sick. Every year, I get upset about something, or I have a very highly emotional reaction to something, I would get sick. It was like clockwork. So I had to learn how to deal with those emotions and heal that part of my body too. So it's not a one size fit all healing. Okay. You have to really get into the meat and potatoes of what's going on in your life, so you can really do healing from the core. That's why I'm more on the holistic aspect, because we need to take everything in consideration. I'm going to look at everything from what time was you born? What was going on? What was your parents' dynamic? What dynamics was going on in their life when you were born? Okay? Everything plays a part, beloved. It's not really that simple. You said sickle cell. You would definitely have to just me. There's a lot of different dynamics for sickle cell, especially out here right now that you can use. Inbox me so we can figure out, like, age-wise, what's her age and other issues that we want to look into. In Duna, I hope I ain't messing your name up. You say you're vegan. The most is cheese and sweets. Both of those are killers. You said the most is cheese and sweets, and like, that cheese is deadly. It is your number one killer. And depending on the sweets, if they're using real sugar, are you using, like, cane sugar, or are you using bleached sugar? And if you are eating cheese and sweets, then you're not really vegan. I'm going to just throw that out there. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to throw it out there and just leave it for you, okay? I'm going to just put it out there. Because cheese is dairy. Okay? Cheese is dairy. Dairy has a lot. It has opioid compounds. That means that we are addicted to cheese. All right? Yes, inbox me on this page, beloved. Let me see. You're welcome. I try to give y'all, I'm going to be a little more, I keep trying to figure out, I do too many different things, but I am getting help with my She Is Magic for people who follow me on there. So I can concentrate more on the healing chamber and give y'all more informational videos like this. What is my definition of clean eating? Raw fruits and vegetables. That's my definition. Preferably that you grow yourself. That's about as clean as you're going to get. What is the best way? Because it's hard to live in a society that you grow on your own stuff. Try to be as conscious as you can. Get as many organic fruits and vegetables, specifically that are coming from like a farmer's market, so you'll know that it's a local farmer that's growing it. I know a lot of times we are a society of convenience, so I get it. But yeah, raw fruits and vegetables is like my number one. Like, try to get as many raw fruits and vegetables. Pay attention to your dirty dozens, so you'll know what you need to buy organic and what you need to, that you can buy regular, and you can just do the baking soda solution that I posted probably a few weeks back, and then you can just cleanse all the bacteria and extra pesticides. Hi, Brazil. Am I on YouTube? I do have a page. I haven't been promoting it, but yeah, I do have a page on YouTube for the Healing Chamber, and I normally post all the live videos, so you can go back and catch anything that I've maybe posted on here, like the fertility video and stuff like that. Is there anything to help with heart disease? It is a lot. It starts with diet first, though. Like I've said, and I'm going to say this 100 times, y'all. It starts with, how are you eating? And then let's pay attention to the other dynamics within us as well. What's your sign? Chanel. A lot of times y'all not even paying attention to that basic fact. What sign are you born under? What's your rising sign? Leos are prone to have a lot of heart issues. If you're a Leo rising or a Leo sun, we normally tend to have a lot of heart issues. If you're Virgo, ooh, y'all normally have like nerve issues. Where's my book? Hold on, let me grab this book real quick. This is a great book. So if you haven't got this, this is the book you want to get. Why? Why do you want to get this? So you can help yourself to a degree. But in particular, if I can find it, it has a whole section on natal charts. And it'll tell you for each sign. So like Virgos. Nervous system, large and small intestines. Okay? So you need to pay attention to those dynamics. When you have stress, that's what's going to be triggered. Well, it's a lot of Capricorns. Gemini. Y'all are the nervous. Oh, y'all got a lot. Having pain and like things that come into, so like your shoulders, your arms, your legs, lungs, wrist, having thyroid issues, having injuries in certain dynamics. My Aries, y'all accident prone a little more. Y'all normally have a lot of head injuries, get broken bones a lot. So I'm going to show you this book again. It's a great book to have, especially if you're raising children. Okay. This is a great book for you to have, because it's got a whole section that breaks down. And typically how I tell people, I didn't even realize they had this section in here. That's how I knew. It's so big. I haven't went through. It's like over 600 pages. But it even have your ascendant sign and your descendant sign. You said lion. Leos, I'm telling you, heart. We got heart issues. is what I will tell y'all. Get your whole chart. I don't know if everybody's into like the whole astrology thing. I try not to talk about that on this page. But get your whole chart so you can find out what your ascendant sign is and what's your sun sign. Because a lot of times both of those dynamics are going to play a part of what's going on in your body and what you're going to be more prone to. Okay. This book is actually, you can find it on Dr. Africa, Dr. Layla Africa. I'll see if I can find something and I'll repost it after this live. Oh, there goes his name. Layla Africa. This is a great book to have on your bookshelf. And he has another book, African Holistic Health. It is catered more to melanated people, but I feel like it's a good book to have for everybody. Okay. So it'll break down all those dynamics. I might put a meme together that'll break down if you have this sign. I'll do that tonight. If you have this sign, these are the things that you need to pay attention to body-wise. All right. Okay. Any other questions herbal-wise? You can book me for consults. I will say that. If you are serious about getting on a healthy regimen, I have people that create meal plans for you. I have people that we can sit there and look at your whole dynamic and break down your whole dynamic. If you are having, let's say you want to have a baby, I'll set you up on a 6-month program or whatever you can do. And then we'll go from the beginning, get your whole body detox, get it broke down, and then build it back up so you can get where you want to. Liver cancer. Inbox me. There's a quick, I don't want to say a quick regimen, but there's a couple of real strong herbs that are specifically good for liver cancer. But I got a couple of questions on that one. All right. Peace, beloved. All right. So I really was just coming on so I could tell y'all how to store these herbs. I'm actually doing, I don't know if I'm going to do the live tomorrow on diabetes because I have a lot of people that are diabetic. So I'm going to do a whole segment just on diabetes. Okay. I'm going to do a whole segment just on diabetes. So this herbs, put them in the jars so you can keep your life on your herbs. Boiling them for teas are better. Okay. Unless you have the time to make your tonics and your tinctures, the quickest way for you to get these in your system is going to be boil it in a tea. If you got the time to sit there and grind it up and put it in capsules, do that. You can buy those little capsule machines where you can create like your whole bottle, like 50 of them at a time for like, I promise, for less than $20. You can buy those. All right. That's all I can think of right now. For right now. I will be putting up a video though, like within the next 2 days probably. Give me about 2 days. That's going to be specifically for my diabetics because I have a lot of people specifically in our community that are suffering from diabetes, high blood pressure, kidney failure, and they're all interconnected. Y'all have to understand a lot of stuff that's plaguing us is interconnected, and it all stems from stress. Stress is a #1 killer. Let's be clear. All right. I will that y'all have an amazing day. The rest of your afternoon. Eat healthy. Get some really nice vegetable and grains in, hopefully, before you go to bed so you can sleep good. All right. Peace.